So yes,
Mm-hmm.
in order to really have an amazing sexual experience, you have to be very, very vulnerable and open. You
Mm-hmm.
can have sex and not be vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
And that's more just like routine, quickies.
Mm-hmm.
But, the foundation underneath a sexual relationship, a successful sexual relationship, is the intimacy piece. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really what's important. And I think that, the vast majority of couples who are really struggling with their sexual relationship, their
Mm-hmm.
sex life,
Yeah.
they're really struggling with their emotional intimacy and their emotional connection. That's the underpinning, generally speaking.
Uh-huh.
Problems in your sex life is generally a symptom of
Mm-hmm.
relationship issues. And relationship issues go to safety, and they go
Mm-hmm.
to vulnerability, and they go to the resentment that's been built up for not being able to repair conflicts all these years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always work and start with that whole issue of emotional safety and
Uh-huh.
emotional connection because, right, when you feel emotionally safe with your partner, you can be more vulnerable,
Yeah.
right? If I feel emotionally safe with my partner and I know they're not going to use sex
Mm-hmm.
against me by weaponizing it, which a lot of people do.
Unfortunately.
Right? Or shame me, or 100 other ways in which sex can become a weapon,
Uh,
then I feel like I can be totally vulnerable and feel comfortable, being
mm-hmm.
naked and opening myself up in different ways and being, an avid explorer.
Huh. So, does someone need to be comfortable with their body before they can really explore someone else per se?
Necessarily, I mean, body image issues, like I said, it's a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
There are ways in which you can support your partner around that, right?
Huh.
Like, not shaming them,
Yeah.
not saying, "Oh, honey, it looks like you put a couple of pounds."
No, don't do that.
And just like really, it's easier often to
Mm-hmm.
accept somebody else's body than it is to accept our body, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we think about like, it's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so like telling your partner, "Oh, like you look great. I love your butt. I love the way your breasts look." Giving your partner compliments about their body really
Mm-hmm.
helps to make the person who's having issues with their body image like settles them down and like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she really likes my little middle and finds that it's nice and fluffy and she can like put her hand in it and grab it."
And whenever people start getting comfortable with their partner to that level or getting their partner comfortable with themselves and stuff, that's whenever we can start being more intimate, right? Because we have to start kind of breaking that down at the same time, I guess, because intimacy, you said, was one of the things that we really need to kind of work on in
Right.
relationships. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sex,
Right,
but
for sure.
how would you suggest people start to build that intimacy to get to that point of to close off, because that doesn't have to be foreplay necessarily either, right?